of the Commission Court of Liberty County, Texas. It's about 7 minutes after 9. I believe everybody is clicked in. It's going to zoom in. Call this meeting to order. We have a quorum established today. Commissioners here with us. If we would, let's all rise. Place
the American flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Now the Texas flag. I the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Let's all pray together. Heavenly Father, we thank you once again for another day, another chance, another opportunity. As we come together each day at work, with our families, in school, in our cities, in our state, in our nation. And we try our best to work together. We try our best to not only just work together, but to please you in our endeavors. Heavenly Father, please be with us today as we go through this meeting and in working together once again in a teamwork effort for our county government, to help our cities, to help our county, to help our people, and do the best we can. Please watch over our nation, especially in the coming months, as we have some treacherous waters to go through. I know that you will be with us and you will help us and guide us and ease us in our concerns. Father, please be with our nation, be with our state, our county, our cities, our schools, especially during this time when we have this COVID problem that we've made it this far, and with your help and your guidance and your grace, we will make it through this together. And we will see a new year in 2021 together, where we will continue to work together and work in your glory. Lord, please be with our men and women in uniform, working to keep our nation safe. Our first responders that are working to keep our nation, our cities, our county safe. Be with our school teachers, Lord. They're having a rough go right now. But please be with them and help them to teach our children as best they can with all the knowledge that you've granted us. Lord, as we go through the rest of this week, please watch over us. We ask these things in thy name, in the name of Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Amen.
Now, just quick notices. We have no proclamations today, but just a few notices. Liberty County Prayer March, Saturday, September 26th, 12 noon. And who all is invited? All those that wish to pray for our country. It's a county-wide prayer march. It's going to be, again, Saturday, September 26th, 12 noon. The Verify Martin Daniel Pavilion, which is right over there, as we're sitting in the courtroom. It's to our southwest. Also, it will be at the City Liberty Municipal Complex. But we'll be doing some serious prayer stops. The City Liberty Administration, there will be a prayer stop there. There will be a courthouse prayer stop. There will be a First United Methodist Church parking lot prayer stop. There will be a vacant lot prayer stop. I don't know how you do that, but anyway, it sounds like a good spot. Also Immaculate Conception Church, which is to our west, and then back to the Mary Faye Martin Daniel Pavilion. We'll have some more prayers and music. Ms. Burris, Carla Burris will be doing some music for us there. Please, no political attire of any kind. Wear your mask if you wish. Socially distance, as the governor's asked us to do. Of course, you know that mask is, well, that's your choice. But that's going to be Saturday at high noon. That's when we'll start. And it's however long it takes us to make the rounds to each of the stops. And we're going to pray for our nation, for our state, for our county, for our cities, for everything that you can think of we need to pray about. We're going to get out there. As I say, 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 17, pray without ceasing. There it is. Okay. I know that noticed the other day that one of our commissioners passed away, Harry Holloway. Hilton, I'm sorry. Let me get that straight. Hilton. Harry Hilton, and he, how long was he commissioner here? I don't know.
He took over after Bobby Blake, and
Yeah.
he was here probably, I'm not sure how long he was here. It was quite a while.
That was back when I was off at school, probably.
Yeah.
Or working at TDCJ, one or the other. But anyway, y'all keep Mr. Hilton and his family in your prayers, if you would please. All right. Any public comment today? No one signed up. I think we're okay with that. All right. Consent agenda.
Judge, I need to add a couple things to the consent agenda. Okay,
Wait a minute.
I need to add a few payments. I need to add one to the Lodge Landon for $566.69. Need to add one to Liberty Exterminating for $450. And I'd like to add one to Travelers for a deductible of $10,731.37. And I would also like to add one to the City of Webster for 3 police cars for the Sheriff's Department for $22,500.
Any others?
Well, I'd like to give y'all a little explanation on a budget amendment I got in there. We had transferred, I've told y'all, $1.1 million to the health insurance B&I fund this year. And this year throughout the budget money that was unspent, I was able to pull that money, $1.1 million out. And I'm transferring all this money. I'm allocated to each department in the county to their health insurance line item. And then I'm going to expense it to allocate that health insurance expense. So we're at the end of this year, the general fund is not going to be owed any money by benefit and insurance. I'm going to be able to write it off. Also, our jails is going to be over budget. Approximately $435 is my $435,000 by my best guess, and I'm moving some money to cover that. And I'm also moving $250,000 to our capital projects fund for Tyler, so we'll be able to finish that project without any 2021 monies. And on the health insurance, I'm sure you guys had seen it. I just want to make sure y'all have. In the 2021 budget, we have set aside $1 million. Hopefully we won't have to use it, but it's there just in case for a stopgap for our health insurance fund for next year. And I need to add one more thing too. This is for a check reimbursement for a standalone check account for Judge Wilburn for $86.72 for a check order. That's all I got.
All right. Any other questions, concerns?
I make a motion to approve the consent agenda with the add-ons of the county auditor.
A second.
To set the consent agenda with the add-ons as noted. Motion by Leon, second by Greg. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay. And motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. This number 6, Dwayne, approved rapid deposit audits conducted by the auditor's office for the month of June 2020. Did you see that one on there too?
Yes, that's a standard. We haven't been able to do it because of the COVID like we had, but that's for office. State law requires that every dollar of county money that's collected is deposited with the treasurer within preferably the next business day, but no later than 5 days. And we have a lady that checks that every month, and we put this on the agenda for y'all's information to let y'all know who's turning in their money on time and who isn't.
Gotcha. And I know it's turned in on time. All right, let's move to the regular agenda. That was just a note of clarification. First, consider and approve proposed project for CDBG mitigation application. And Alan Sims is here with us today from LJA. And Alan, if you would, ease up here and visit with us a little bit about what we've looked at. This project is not going to happen this year. It won't happen in the 2021 budget. It'll happen in the 2022 budget. But we need to go ahead and start focusing on this. This is drainage problems. Okay. We're working out proposed plan with Liberty County, Chambers County to get some relief over in precinct 1. Bruce, you'd be happy to hear that. But Alan's here with LJA to describe this, discuss it for a moment. And we're going to get Alan taken care of because not only does he have to be at this meeting, he has to be in Chambers County for their commissioners board meeting. So we're going to get him taken care of.
Now, did you have one more copy there?
Yes.
Yeah, when I go to get it, we did.
And I can give you this as soon as I finish talking about it.
That's right, no,
Judge, Commissioners, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate the opportunity. As Judge said, I'm Alan Sims with LJA Engineering. Maybe you can hear me a little clearer. Okay, we've been asked by Chambers County to look at a project that would drain really the central part of Chambers County from Winnie to Anahuac and then up. And the area we're looking at is Spindletop Bayou, and that reaches all the way up into Devers. And in that portion, we have run a full hydraulic and hydrologic model of Spindletop at this point. The results come back that there's a few things we need to do as far as some culvert change outs, some bridge change outs. But the biggest impact we can have on this channel in this area is a diversion channel that comes off of Spindletop around where Highway 65 crosses Spindletop south of Winnie, and then divert that water directly south down to what's called East Bay Bayou and then into the Intercoastal Canal. The results of that will reduce the flood elevations between I-10 and 124 by about 4 feet, and north of I-10 about 3 feet, and it will tail off to where about a 1 foot reduction in flood waters up around Devers. That project as a whole is going to cost right at $35 million. We're not going to, and then we're going to put the bridges and the other portions in a later budget. But for the CDBG Community Development Block Grant mitigation money, we would like to apply for this project. Approximately 35% of the area that will benefit and contributes to the flow comes out of Liberty County. We met with the 2 judges in the Trinity Bay Conservation District. I guess 2 weeks ago. And one of the considerations and the judges asked me to, I guess, talk to each board, the two commissioners court and the Trinity Bays board about joining together to make this application because, like I said, 35%, around 1/3 is coming in Liberty County and the other 2/3 in Chambers County. And we'd like the support for the grant application more than anything. It scored fairly well. If I remember correctly, it was in the around 72, 73 points. Right now, the way the grant applications, and I think you guys are looking at the same grant applications on some other stuff. I think you are looking at some roads and bridges. So it's a similar type project. Everybody can have 3 of their own and 3 with joint with someone else. So what we'd like to do is request that you guys join with Chambers County to do this improvement. I don't think there's any formal commitment at this point. I believe what will happen is if you guys agree and tell us to move forward, that you're in agreement with doing this, then we'll develop the grant application. Then they'll come back, once that is developed, then they'll come back to you with a, I guess, like memorandum of understanding or interlocal agreement where everybody would agree to this. The judges suggested that, you guys consider 1/3 each between the 3 entities that are putting in. The match would be, the total match between the 3 entities is $350,000. So it'd be a 1/3 each match if you guys agree to it. I'm not assuming anything, but if you did, that's what we would like to request from you guys. And then, but that would happen. The normal time frame on this grant is going to be that the application is due October 28th. If it follows the same path as all the past grants like this, Harvey and or Ike and so forth, you'll be notified sometime around April to June that the money, if we got the money. Once you're notified, then it would be next August, probably before a contract comes through. And then this project's gonna take about 4 years to build. So that 1/3 match would come over a 4-year period, basically starting the next budget year from now, not this coming budget year. So that's what we're asking, is you guys would consider allowing us to move forward on this grant application. I'm gonna make the same presentation to Chambers County as soon as I leave here. And Trinity Bay, I made this presentation to them on Wednesday last week and they agreed for us to move forward, and they would consider the 1/3 when the interlocal agreement comes out.
All right. So it doesn't hurt right now.
Correct,
You're not sitting in the dentist chair right now.
correct.
It'll be in the next year's
Does
budget.
anyone have any questions?
We're voting on to approve the project, or we're voting on to go out for the grant.
You're voting to allow me to continue moving forward with the grant application as you guys would consider the Liberty County as a partner in the process.
Okay.
There will be an interlocal agreement that works out all the numbers and all that kind of stuff later that we'll go through, Mr. Poston, but that's out of my I'm showing you the engineering. If you got any questions about how this is going to work or what the thought process is, I can cover that all day long when it comes to the legal part. That's for somebody
Any
else.
help that we can get on our drainage over the Devers area or any area here in Liberty County is more than welcome. Being said, I make a motion to approve.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Likewise, next. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Alan, appreciate everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Alan.
Thanks, guys.
And we'll be in contact with you about some other projects we have coming up.
Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody.
You got
Be careful, Jim. Got it.
it. What's the cross? Down there. Number 2, 7.2. Consider to approve adopting the salaries of elected officials for fiscal year 2021. And we had no change in our salaries for 2021. So there should not be any problem with this at all. So I'm going to have to raise a motion.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion from Leon. Second. Greg to approve. All All in favor, say aye. Aye. Likewise, nay. Carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 3, consider approving the adoption of the budget for fiscal year September 30th, 2021. We've already gone through the budget, had our opportunity to discuss it.
Go ahead, Dwayne. Go ahead, Dwayne.
I'd like to make a change and say something. First off, I would like to thank y'all, and I'm sure y'all have the same appreciation that I do for the work that Natalie and Angela did on this budget. This year was real trying for us with the COVID-19 and then the hurricane that didn't come. I think they worked a tremendous amount of hours. They worked at home during the COVID lockdown. I think our budget presentation, I'll put it up with anybody in the county our size. And I'd just like to thank them for all the hard work that they've done. One thing I would like to change on the budget, it's my understanding that the courthouse security is listed on the budget under the DA on the table of contents. And I would, on the adopted budget, that needs to be removed from under the district attorney's office. And it's my understanding that it's going to be under Constable 4, and it'll be reflected so on the table of contents on the adopted budget if y'all vote for that.
I make a motion, we approve the proposed budget, leaving the courthouse security under the DA's office.
Second.
Okay. Got a motion and a second to adopt the budget and leave things as they are. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays.
Nay.
Ready to make a motion. Second. 3 votes for. And 1 against. That motion carries. Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 4, consider and approve adopting the 2021 tax rate.
I move we approve the tax rate of 0.5543, is that what you?
Yes, sir.
Second.
Got a motion from Greg, second from Lee. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 5, our elections administrator, Glenn Bush, is here with us today. And consider and approve election judges and locations for November 3rd, 2020 general election. Glenn, you would come up.
Members, it's in your packet.
You want to come up a little closer where
Yes.
I can see it, because we got people on YouTube there.
Oh, sorry.
Inquiring minds need to know.
All right. Basically, you have already approved the list of proposed judges. I believe last year, since we are moving to vote centers, you're reaffirming those judges and reaffirming these particular voting boxes as vote centers for Liberty County for the upcoming November election. That is it on that particular item. Any questions?
I move we approve Clint's recommendations.
Got a motion from Greg,
Second.
got a second from Leon to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. Thank you,
Likewise.
Dwayne.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir. That take care of it?
You want me to sit down?
Yeah, we're good, Bush. Wait a minute. No, not yet. Not yet. We're not done with it yet. Number 6, 1.6. Consider and approve authorization to apply for Center for Civic Life COVID-19 Response Grant. No match required. We like that part of it. CPL will provide grants to local election jurisdictions across the country to help ensure we have the staffing, the training, and equipment necessary so every eligible voter can participate in a safe and timely way and have their vote counted.
This grant is a national grant. I always try to bring in outside county funds to save our taxpayers here locally. The grant's between $5,000 and $50,000. It will open on October the 1st, so we'll apply for that then. I do not know how much we can get. I have some planned expenses depending on what we will get. Unlike Mr. Sims' grant, mine is unmatched, so there'll be no cost to the county.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Thank you.
Got a motion, Leon, second Greg, to approve. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries, Madam Chairman. Number 7. Kim, are you there with us?
Unmute your chair.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, consider and take action on request from Prosperity Bank to deviate from the depository contract with respect to the interest rate of the newly acquired CO funds. Now,
Yes, this was on the agenda previously and it was tabled, and Matthew was going to have a look at it. And Matthew has mentioned in emails, I think Matthew's there and speaking on his behalf, but I'm just saying what he said in an email was that because this depository contract was in a bid situation, then it may not be legal for us to make an amendment to this contract. So I'll let Matthew take over from here, but that was one of the emails that came across back from Matthew. But what the bank is requesting is that they basically, on just the CO money, they would like to split or cut the interest rate that they're giving the county in half.
And Kim, this would give up, if the money were there for the max length of time, how much would this be giving up in dollars?
Well, on the full 25 million over the term of the depository contract will probably not be there, depending on the action that the court takes as far as the construction project goes. But hold on one second.
Sure.
I mean, it could be potentially probably like $300,000.
And so, yes, Kim, since those emails, we've kind of traded on this, I've looked at it, that depository contracts are not necessarily bid in the same way that other purchases are bid by the county. And so I'm not concerned about that fact, but I'm concerned that we have a contract. It requires them to pay a certain amount, and then we're just kind of arbitrarily halfway through saying, no, you don't have to pay us that amount. And so what we're doing is we're giving up public funds to a private entity without receiving something in return. And so I still very much stand by that would violate the Texas Constitution prohibition against giving public funds to private individuals without a public purpose. And so, unfortunately, as much as I like Prosperity Bank, and I'm not pleased, it's not nothing about them or the professionalism or the quality of the service or anything like that. But we have a duty to hold them to the terms of the contract that we have with them. So it's just how it has to be.
We're gonna leave it like it is.
I'm going to take no action on this.
Second.
Got a motion from Greg. Second from Bruce, take no action. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Got that, Kim?
I got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Number 7.8, Sheriff Rader, this is considered and approved a new range contract with U.S. Homeland Security effective September 15, 2020. Yearly contract value is now $40,170. U.S. Homeland Security will be required to pay a $1,170 fee as part of the contract. And Sheriff, you have anything else to add to this?
Yes, sir. Matthews reviewed the contract. I just want to clear up something about the Homeland Security paying that $1170. We will have, I think Harold's familiar with this. We will get a bill for the $1170 from Unisom, the people that did the RFPs. And we will pay that. And then as we bill them monthly, we will get that money back. But we will pay it up front and then get it back over 12 months.
Okay. Any other questions?
Any problems with that?
No, that's
I move we approve.
Second.
Got a motion from Greg, second from Billy to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you. Number 9, don't sit down yet, Sheriff. We've got a few more to go here. Consider approve establishing a 16-month lease with Colleton Minolta for 3 copiers for Liberty County Jail effective October 1st for jail account number 010-56500-46,000. And as we've been trying to do in the past, go with one company to supply our copier contract. Is working quite well because it saves us money. But I know that since Geo is leaving, they're taking their copiers with them.
Correct, yes, sir. They're taking them on the 30th.
Yes, sir.
And I was told around noon, they're supposed to pick them up, I believe. And so Shirley's working with the sales rep to get the replacements in by noon on the 30th, that the contract would start on the 1st.
Is this the same company that Nick's been looking into for other county uses?
Yes, sir. That's we use them already, yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion approved, second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Don't sit down yet, Sheriff. We've got a few more to go. Number 10, consider approving purchasing a video surveillance system upgrade for the jail in order to become compliant with jail standards. A quote has been received from Montgomery Technology Systems in the amount of $29,500 and will be funded by the jail fiscal year 2021 budget. And this is a necessity.
Yes, sir. And I'm delegating Captain Knox to get up and explain that since he's in charge of this part.
Part of the camera system.
Yes.
So,
Come on around if you would, Captain, come on around this way. We want everybody that's YouTubing today to see just who you are.
I know I'm hard of hearing. Ain't no I'm hard of hearing.
am I here? Okay, so basically we have a system that is outdated. MTS, who's the contractor now, came out beginning of the summer and tried to work on it. And they said, hey, you're working with outdated stuff. We can fix it temporarily, but it may last a day, it may last a year. Freeman can answer, but I think within a couple of days of them fixing it, it crashed again. And so we've been down the system, essentially 23 cameras that we can view since the summer. What this upgrade will allow us to do, it'll update the equipment that we have now for 2 stations, and we'll also be able to view a 3rd station from within the sheriff's office up front. It has to be done, unfortunately. We rely on these cameras heavily, and we are without them. We actually need to add more, which is something we're working on further down in this next budget year. But for us to get up and running, this is something that has to be done. So.
Okay.
Added night vision in these cameras.
Sir?
Night vision in these cameras also.
The cameras that we have now, I believe currently do not, because of the lighting inside the jail. We have a few cameras that are outside that we're looking at adding more cameras with this new, it's the same vendor, but we need to add more cameras. They may have some that have night vision, depending on where we put them.
But we do have all the exterior illumination preparedness back up.
I believe so.
Okay.
So.
I'm with we approve.
When are y'all going to want to buy this surveillance camera, Billy?
So I forwarded the contract or the credit app for Harold to be filled out. And so right now, currently Geo is listed as far as the negotiations with MTS, as far as updating the equipment stuff. So we have to fill out that credit app and get it back to them. I would like to be able to call them today and say, hey, it got approved. We need you here tomorrow.
Well,
But realistically,
we can't spend October 1st, would have to be the start date because
Correct.
we can't spend $2021 in 2020 budget. So, that's fine. That's great, but we just gotta have it done when the start of the next budget. October 1st. The invoice has gotta have October 1st or later,
that's less than 2 weeks away. So I can make the phone call and hopefully the credit app's filled out. And hopefully October 1st, they can be here.
That's great. That's great.
Ain't gonna cause us any problem with jail administration,
As far as,
not being in compliance with something.
I don't have the answer to that question. I believe that was on the list. I don't know as far as on the jail commission, as far as cameras being down.
It wasn't on the jail commission before, but it would be an issue with jail commission.
Yes, sir.
How long will it take them to get it done once they start?
That I don't have an answer because we've been trying to get them here for every Wednesday meeting that we meet at the cartel building, and something's always popping up. Last week was the hurricane. So they were actually at the jail conference, but they all went home because they're from Florida.
I've got a motion to approve.
Harold, how many companies have bidded on this project?
This,
Yes, sir.
it's less than 50,000, so. If we do additional cameras later, we may have to bid them right now, okay.
And it's proprietary, so it's tied into the door locks, the intercoms, which also something else that we have to get fixed as well. Like I said, we were hoping that Geo would take care of this before they left, but I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. It needs to get done.
We have a motion for Greg, second for Leon, to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nay.
Thank you, Doug.
Thank
Yes,
you. Number 11, Sheriff, consider approve Liberty County Sheriff's Office location purchasing 4 additional duty weapons, revolvers, for the jail transportation correctional officers. The original purchases will be temporarily funded from the Liberty County Sheriff's Office forfeiture fund and then reimbursed by the jail fiscal 2021 budget once in place. Makes good sense, but we need those now.
Yes, sir.
Dwayne?
There and again, you can't spend $21 in 2020. So, if you send these requests to me, Sheriff, I have no problem paying them. The general fund will buy them, but we just can't pay them out of next year's money for something we buy this year.
That's fine. I gotta have them on the first.
That's fine, and I know you do, and we'll buy them for you, but we can't pay it out of 2021. That's the only thing. We can pay it out of 2020. But just send me what you got or get a PO from Harold and I'll find somewhere to charge it to.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion for Bruce, second for Boone to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Thank you, Joe. One more, Sheriff. Consider to approve the reimbursement to the Liberty County Sheriff's Office forfeiture fund for the amount of $510 from the purchase of 2 duty weapons, revolvers, for the jail transportation correctional officers. Once the jail fiscal year 2020 budget's in place, and so we already know the answer to that.
Yes, sir. And that was $510 each. I didn't get 2 hits for 510. Wish I could have, yeah.
Wherever you got them, I'm good.
Yes, sir. Right.
Okay. But we'll procure this the same way, Dwayne?
Yes, sir, same way.
In motion, second.
Make a motion to approve.
Motion Bruce, second Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise. Motion carries. 13, consider and approve the resolution authorizing county grant program for the Grace Initiative. Liberty County, organization that provides home delivered meals to homebound persons in the county who are elderly and or have a disability in the amount of $10,000. We do this every year, and I appreciate your consideration once again.
Make a motion to approve.
A motion for Bruce, second for Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Number 14, consider and approve transferring the airboat, boat trailer, and the Chevrolet pickup to Liberty County Sheriff's Office. That's from Commissioner Reeves' precinct.
Normally, I'm not in favor of transferring anything on an outgoing,
Can
elected official.
I make a statement?
Let Greg finish up real quick.
But, go ahead.
But I was gonna say, just as a little bit of additional information, we've been trying to have training on this, and Laura got us, and the Rains got us, but really Captain Knox is over this too, but I'm gonna speak for him on this, so he doesn't have to stand up and walk up again. But, we have a training set up with Parks and Wildlife to get certified, and I knew there would be a question about him going out of office, Commissioner Reeves going out of office, another one coming in. I have contacted personally Barbara McIntyre, the Democratic candidate, and David Whitmire, the Republican candidate. Both of them said they have no problem with the sheriff's office, this being transferred to the sheriff's office. If there was a problem when they get back in office, we can discuss if they have somebody to do it. I would be glad to transfer it back if we really need it now, do our training and stuff to get them certified.
Well, the fact that both of you applied for the grant for the boat.
Yes, sir.
And he beat you out by a little bit of it. I'd be in favor of going ahead and transferring the boat and trailer and wait on the truck.
That may be fine. The truck, it's got kind of rigged out with all the equipment that goes
It is
with the
rigged out.
boat. And it's got a gas tanker with the fuel, it's got to use special fuels while the truck was involved. We'll take the boat.
Well, it's a package deal. I move we approve it.
Thank you, sir.
Second.
Tommy, now you're sure, we've addressed this 5 years ago, but you're sure that Mr. Whitmire and,
Positive, I talked to him on the phone,
and Miss,
and Miss McIntyre. Yes, sir.
All right, got a motion and a second to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Thank you, John. Number 15, consider and approve their local agreement between Liberty County and Old River Drainage District. Leon, that's over in your neck of the woods.
this is just your standard local agreement between two men.
Move we approve. Second.
Motion from Greg, second from Bruce to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, John. Number 16, Veteran Services, Ms. Webb. Consider and approve the renewal of the existing Veteran Assistance Grant. This grant will be a continuation of the Texas Veteran Commission funds for Veterans Assistance 2021 through 2022 reimbursement grant funding. And this is just a renewal. Matthew, have any problems with that at all?
No.
We do it all, but for the veterans especially.
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Bruce. Veteran Bruce, veteran Greg made the second. Yeah, okay.
You better.
All in favor, say aye. Likewise, no. Motion carried. Thank you. Number 17. Permits and inspections. David, you there with us today?
Morning.
Morning. Consider and approve the acceptance of Southern Crossing Section 5, roads for future maintenance. What do you have for us on that one?
Okay, Judge, this is a longstanding subdivision. It's been in for quite a while. It's past its 2-year warranty period. It's time for us to accept this road into our future maintenance program.
Any questions?
David,
Yes, sir.
there's some flaws in that road back there. And I make a motion not to approve until they fix the flaws in that asphalt road.
Okay. What flaws did you see, Commissioner?
Coming in, when you come into the new section, all that to the right through there is coming apart.
All right, I had one of my people go through there the other day. They didn't note that. But if you're uncomfortable with this, we'll take a second look.
Okay?
So your motion was to table this?
Yes.
I'll second.
Got a motion to table from Boone, second from Greg. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. Table 11. You visit that after the inspection. Number 18, consider and approve the acceptance of Ranchito Alegre 2 roads for a 2-year maintenance period.
We inspected this last week. Leslie went through there and took a good look at it. The signage, the ditches, the asphalt, everything looks good on it. They have posted their maintenance bond. So we need to put this on the roll for the 2-year maintenance program. At the end of the next 2 years, we'll come back, take a look at it. And if the roads are still in good condition, we'll accept it into perpetual maintenance.
Do you have a list of the roads in that subdivision that's included in this?
Excuse me, Mr. Arthur?
Do you have a list of the roads that are included in this subdivision?
There's not, there's one main road.
Yeah, it's just one road.
Okay, 2 main roads, okay.
Down there that is.
Make a motion to approve.
Second. That's accepted into the 2-year program.
Into the 2-year program.
Okay.
Motion from Bruce, second from Greg to accept the 2-year maintenance program. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. 18, and don't go away yet, David. We got.
No, sir, I'm right here.
Consider and approve the acceptance of Southern Forest Roads into Liberty County's 2-year maintenance program.
Okay, same thing on this as Alegre 2. Leslie went through there last week, looked everything over. She says it's good to go. And so we're going to recommend that we accept their 2-year maintenance bond and roll this particular section of road over into our warranty period.
Make a motion to approve.
Just in your precinct, Boo?
Yes.
No problem.
There's no way to get out of it, but.
I say,
Motion to approve, second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, David.
Number 20, Harold, I know you're here with us today. This is considered approved solicitation for bids for road materials for fiscal year 2021.
That's just our annual bid. That'll be ready for award in November. Well, I said I'm mobile already. I need to take that off. This is the next one. Same thing with the next one, the fuel.
Okay. Consider and approve solicitation of bids for the road materials for 2021.
approve.
Second.
Motion from Greg, second from Bruce to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 21, consider and approve solicitation for bids for fuel fiscal year 2021.
Approve.
Second.
Motion from Greg, second from Bruce to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. And number 22, consider an award bid number 20-13 for asphalt overlay for the heliport. That's going to be out at the fire department right here.
7 different vendors have packages on 2 bid on it. We have one from Cowboy Asphalt for $23,500 and one from Mason Construction out of Beaumont for $45,110.
heck of a difference.
The other is,
So that, the other side, the other 5 was hired yet? Or just?
And then receipt, receipt.
Oh, okay, okay.
It's set.
I'll make a motion to approve the low bid.
okay, we'll go with
Cowboy.
Cowboy Asphalt. Okay. Motion, Greg, second Bruce to approve. Boo, excuse me. Boo, that's you. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. If you're wondering about asphalt overlay for heliport, there's nothing worse than getting rocks up in your rotors. On a helicopter, the chip is blades, next thing you know, you're replacing it. And right now, it's just rock out there, if I'm not mistaken, in the chief. Yeah. 23. Consider approved utilization contract number 16-206 with Correct RX Pharmacy Services Incorporated for pharmaceuticals and related products and services through the interlocal agreement with Purchasing Solicitations Alliance. It's for jail, engine defense, effective 9/23/2020 through 12/31/2020, with optional renewal period of 1/1/2021 through 12/31/2021.
And I should say jail,
That's it.
indigent healthcare.
Yeah.
No big deal.
No problem with that. Everything okay with that?
No, it does. It looks fine. It's a co-op purchase. The price is cost
Yeah.
plus $275 per fill. That $275 per fill will go up 2% each successive year of the contract. But no, it's to my eyes, looks like a fair contract.
So the start date of 9/23/2020 is no problem since it's in 2020 fiscal year and it's not 2021.
No problem for me, as long as all are fine with it.
We don't use it though.
Oh, okay.
I pay on the dispensing fee, they have $275 per fill. Penny's been talking to them, she's familiar with them, and they are proposing $299 per fill. They were awarded the contract by Purchasing Solutions Alliance, the name of the co-op. As long as it has in there that they can charge that high of a higher fee, then that would be okay. Of course, they can't charge higher than they have in their award without violating that, so I'm assuming it's in there, we say.
Judge Commissioner, I spoke to, in addition to the PSA contract, I spoke to Ellen Nathan, the president and CEO of Correct RX yesterday, and we were able to negotiate the lowest rate under the TSA contract. So that rate is actually $2.99 dispensing fee. And if you look under the proposal, the cost proposal, it's actually the lowest with the highest ADP. So we were actually, I spoke to her yesterday, and we were actually able to lock that lowest price in. The reason why our current rate is, she was willing to do the $275 in the original contract, but that was a direct contract. And PSA, we have to have an administrative fee, and also, the co-op has to be paid a percentage. So that's why it went from the $275 to the $299. But we are paying the absolute lowest that we can through the co-op, with that negotiation being done yesterday.
Is that the only changes that we'll have on this contract?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The only change is the price. And
So
like I
the
said,
dispensing fee.
yes, sir, the dispensing fee. And actually, the 5,000 plus, I don't even know if we have that on the original fee direct contract, which is actually better because, we're at 250 and they're doing it for 5,000 plus. So we would never. So, but she did send that in writing this morning, and that is just an addition to the co-op agreement, that we do have that in writing, that we are locking in that rate.
So you're satisfied with all this recommended?
Yes, sir.
Make a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve it.
Okay,
Thank you.
Yes, I'll second.
Got a motion, Greg, second, from Bruce to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, Penny. Appreciate all the hard work. you did.
Yeah.
That has been a headache. Harold, appreciate y'all too. Yeah, as well.
I guess Stephanie credit on that.
Stephanie, thank you. Yeah, there she is. Number 24, consider and approve an order approving a discretionary exemption for food purchases for jail. Local government code section 262.024A 8 and local government code section 262.024 D. That's a B or is that a B?
Yeah, let's discuss this a little bit. When I first became auditor in '85, of course, we had the jail, we were in it, and we had to do food first. We haven't bought food in 30 years. So, you know, normally something like that, you'd have to bid out, but there is what they call a discretionary exemption. And one of them is an item of food. But it says, you go to D, which is that D. You go to D, it's giving you exemption from going out for bids. But there's certain requirements. I'll go through it real quick, but this applies to still competitive bids requirements of food purchases. Counties shall solicit at least 3 bids for purchases of food items by telephone or written quotation at intervals specified by Commissioner Court. County shall award food purchase contracts to the responsible bidder who submits the lowest and best bid, but shall reject all bids and repeat the process. The purchasing officer taking telephone or written bids under this subsection shall maintain on a form approved by Commissioner's Court, will have those 2 items be all to period. We can do a quarter or a month or whatever they do, would be great. And we'll have a form.
Maybe we can get a bid from Denise and supplies some bread pudding. We'll have inmates want to go to jail. What's the board's pleasure?
Matthew, you happy with it? Yes. Okay. Yes, no, Harold saying, the law exactly correctly.
I make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion Leon, second Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, Judge. Number 25, consider approved copy release with Xerox for JP number 2.
It's just renewal of the one, I think it's like $66 a month or something. They have the Xerox now, it's just replacing the old one that they have. $62.12 a month.
They didn't want to change over to Conica Minolta.
Well, we have a master contract with Xerox. And we have the last few, probably 5 or 6 we bought were Xerox.
Right.
But since COVID started, and they're real slow about everything, we didn't have time this time.
Yeah.
Conicas have seen, so we bought some Conica too, so we got a mix of both of those.
Yeah.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion Bruce, second from Greg to approve. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. That motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Number 26, consider approving the purchase of a van for the jail to the buy board. Boy, did we get lucky on this.
Yeah, and we needed one, at least one new one by October 1st.
Yeah.
And, you know, we knew if we could buy it on buy board, but it was gonna be months before we got it. So, had Stephanie call around to buy board vendors all over the Texas to see if anybody had one on the lot, which was like a 1 in a million chance. She found one, and it's a buy board vendor, Sandpack, 5-star Ford and Chevrolet in Carrollton, Texas. And it's already outfitted. It was for another sheriff's office. For some reason, they didn't take it. And I think Brett, I'm not sure Brett is here or not, but I think he has checked it out. I don't think he is. Read that. 45,368.90, I think. You know, I can't.
Judge, when they get the PO, they're gonna deliver it. We don't have to go get it.
Really? Man, that's the same thing too. Like Wayne is saying that he's probably about to say this. We have to have it delivered in October because we can't pay for it until we get the 2021 funds.
Very good.
Yeah, $45,358,000, Yeah, make a motion to approve.
Second. Motion for Bruce, second for Craig to approve. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen. Now we just need to find two more. Move this up to executive session. And need a motion to enter an executive session this time.
Second.
Leon, second from Greg. All in favor, say aye. Likewise, nays. Okay, it's now 10:10. Oh, yeah. Oh. 10:41. Now out of executive session, back in regular session. And received an update regarding litigation, City of Plum Road, Texas, regarding road obstructions. We have a discussion or entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion that we allow the county attorney to move forward with litigation in consultation with Baker staff.
Second.
Motion from Leon, second from Greg. To approve engaging Baker staff in any future litigation at this time at the City of Plum Grove. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Likewise, nays. Motion carries. Thank you, gentlemen.
Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn, we got Bruce. Leon, got second. All in favor, say aye. We're adjourned.
Wow.